it's me here, AngelineSims, and we're back again for another speed build in The Sims 4. So today we're building in another town. See what this place is called? So we're going to be doing a office building today. So I want to do things a little differently. So we are going to be building a Shen Machino, an office building, 3 floors, something very comfortable and luxurious. I know that office buildings, I guess I feel like I had to capture one since they're no longer what they used to be back in the day when everyone was in the office. I know a lot of people nowadays aren't working in one anymore, but I guess this would be a vintage memory of what the office used to be like. So we're putting together this quick build. Well, it's not quick. This is actually a very long one. Where we're gonna put together a build of a nice office space. 3 stories, lots of vaulted ceilings, lots of glass, lots of modern looks and angles. So we're putting together the basic outline of the video. This is on top of a pretty tall industrial looking building. So we're putting together our building on top of there. And it used to have I think a penthouse used to be here. So we knocked down the penthouse and we're making it into a beautiful office space. So that's why you see some of the old tiling there from where the penthouse used to be. But for the most part, we took down everything. We're working on our nice windows and our nice entryway. Our, I guess, waiting room area is what we could call it. So we're working on doing our nice area here. I wanted to have one part of the office to be like a nice glass box, very modern, kind of like in the movies. When you watch movies of like really beautiful buildings or like people stepping into a new office, they get these like multiple story glass glass buildings. So that's kind of where my inspiration for what this waiting room is supposed to look like. It's from like lots of movies that I've seen. Every time the person, they always start off in a little small office that, they're renting some space. And then as soon as the business starts making it, they get this huge top floor, you know, 2, 3 story not living room, greeting room, where people come in. That's glass box, kind of Javits Center looking. There's a center in Manhattan called the Javits Center, and they remodeled it. And one section of it has like a glass ceiling. I wouldn't say like not too long ago, I went to a convention there, and it was really pretty. So some of my inspiration are coming from like those type of architecture, those type of buildings where there's that office look with all the beautiful glass all around it, especially this glass box section that I'm building and putting together right here. So we got our beautiful waiting room, fully glass on all sides, ceiling, floors, and walls. It'll be nice for all types of weather. And right here is our little section outside of the elevator. Yep, right outside of the elevator where people can come, kind of wait for the elevator, a chill, like relaxed space. Or maybe before you go into the office, wait for someone who you're waiting for to go into the office with. We have some nice elevator seating area in that corner. So this is our main lounge area. We make sure we have a little door that will take you to our outside, I would say lunch, lunch, brunch, waiting, relax area. That's our outdoor space. So this is this section that has our door to our outdoor space for the people to have lunch or kind of wait for whoever it is they came to see at the office. They can wait for that person there. So we decided to put some furniture in there. I'm going to use the connecting furniture because I figured, with it being a little modern and we want the place to still have a very modern feel, even though I feel like offices have been looking like this for a long time, I still wanted to give it that modern kind of luxury looking office, luxury downtown looking office feel. So we're putting together just a long modular chair so that if you have any visitors, they'll be comfortable waiting for you as the people from the first floor part of the office come in, or the top higher floor executives come in. Which you'll see the higher floor executive offices as we get there. I knew that every office had to have like certain elements. So one of the elements that I definitely wanted to have was like a top floor executive level, where they had like individual offices where like the C-suite staff are or VP level staff all hang out. Oh, not hang out, but work. I try to also give a lot of individuality on what the different offices will look like. Um, so up here is where we put the conference room. I saw that piece and I was like, oh, I have to like mark it or say, I'm going to come back to use that a little later. So I made sure I got that whiteboard in there. I thought it would be really cool to put in the conference room for future use. So down here, I'm putting together, we have a door so that I guess staff members could go directly to through that door. Usually it's a heavier, as you can see, it's a heavier kind of steel looking door so that if people were going through that section, they would, have some type of pass or something to get through to the main work area. But if you came through the other section behind the front desk, then this door is a lot easier to get through. It's not locked with a not a heavy steel solid door. It's a more there's windows. It's a lighter door to kind of walk through. So that's these doors right here. They put a lot of doors and a lot of entrances because I figured like in case of emergency, it's a place with a lot of people, so there must be many ways to get from the back office to the front, but it doesn't have to have many, but for security reasons, there are many ways to get from the elevator. There are not many ways to get from the elevator to the main system, but once you're in those first few doors out of the elevator, there are many entrances and many doorways to get through. So here we have that curved desk. We got some computers on it for our receptionist area. I thought it was just really pretty to put something, kind of different, have that curve, the curved desk there. And I got the two computers to work very well with the separate side screens. I thought those computers were really cool. And I think this comes from Batu Pack. Batu Pack is the Star Wars pack. I am not really a Star Wars person, but I'll say I know that season three of The Mandalorian came out. And so I was watching season 1 and 2, and I was like, oh, wow, it's not too bad. I really like this. I really like this show from this franchise, but this whole time I never really used to watch. I always watched Star Trek, but never really a Star Wars fan. But once I started watching The Mandalorian, I was like, wow, this is really cool. A lot of action pack stuff. And I could see where those desks came from, the round desk, because it seemed like every adventure that the Mandalorian went on, he was in the middle of a desert at some place with some bar where everyone kind of met together, and that's where he got his information from. And at the different bars, their bar was always a round bar. They never had like all the bars seemed to be like from old westerns, and it would be in the center of the room. And I was like, oh, now I understand why the bar from Batu looks like that. But that was one of the main things that I saw that I really liked out of that pack was that round desk area. Because I think that round desk area was so cool. I was like, oh, that's really, really nice. So that was one of my like main I actually never did any gameplay in that section, but that was like one of my main reasons for getting that pack was that bar because I was like, wow, there's nothing else like it in the game. And this was of course before there was round walls and round platforms. They had that round desk. So as you can see here, we're working on the conference room, putting some stuff together. I figured it should make it a little more upscale a little. That's where visitors come to have meetings. Um, Outsiders, business deals are made. So I thought it would be really pretty to have a marble kind of upscale looking conference room. So right now we're looking to add some details to the conference room, like laptops. When people come to their meetings, they write down their stuff. They're using their laptop. They don't necessarily like it's how we used to do with the notepad. Everybody comes with their laptop and brings it in. It kind of takes notes directly their laptop, their iPad, their tablet, and then they share their notes or present their PowerPoints right from their devices to the screen. So here we are adding some fun to the conference room. I noticed that we have a lot of black and white and steel, and I say, you know what? Let's add a little bit of green, a little bit of nature to this very industrial looking build. I mean, it is an office, but we still have some nature. We do have some people who like trees and, nice, comfortable colors and stuff on our executive team. So we're going to see some reflections of their love of grass and greenery and nature in this build. And our executive team, you get to meet some of their personalities as you get to their offices. So here I'm working on the main general bathroom. So we have two bathrooms on this level. I guess it'll be easier for the people who are in the conference room as well as the people who are going to be in our lunch area, which is a rather large lunch area. So I have a lot of larger group meeting areas as well, to go with the smaller areas that are separated where people have their offices, which are separate, and then the first floor where there is like the cubicles and stuff. So here we have our bathrooms on the second floor, and those are for the conference room. Conference room visitors or users, and that makes it's easier access for the people who are going to have their lunch in their lunch area. So here we are putting up some, just a little bit of decor in the bathroom. I wanted something like plain and simple. I figured the plum mob would bring some greenery to this very serious bathroom. And then I put together this map. To me, this map reminds me of when you're in offices and they have the map that goes, "You are here." I figured that was a good place to put it, like right outside of the restaurant room, but near the lunchroom, which is a very social place where a lot of people pass and come through. So that is our recreational lunch lounge area. Um, so here's the steps that take us to the higher upper level floors. But right now we are going to be putting together our lunch area. So as you can see, there's a little bit of tables. We have our sink, we have our dishwasher, and we have our serving area. Right here in this corner, we have some more greenery with fountains and running water in the center there to kind of separate it. I figured that if we had people having a party or someone's birthday or something in the lunchroom, there needed to be something since the lunchroom was so open and it didn't have like a closed door to kind of keep noise in. So I figured a beautiful water feature with hanging plants and that fountain would be a nice touch for that area, especially as far as keeping the noise in, keeping the privacy. People are eating, you know, they they can have a little bit of separation. So that's there to create somewhat of a separation from kind of the conference room and the main area to our lunchroom and our lunch eating area. So we're here. We have a little coffee and drinks section. We have our food section here, and now we're gonna just do some decor with the floor, give a little modern look to it. Get some wood going around there because I figured, oh, it'd be crazy with all those fountains flowing for them to be carpet. So I was definitely putting some tile or wood right under our water features because it'll definitely be there's even though there's the grass and stuff to prevent splash. I'm sure there'll be splash, and over time that water coming out of the carpet will definitely not work good with the carpet. So we're here putting together our little colors, our wall color, our little eating nook to get some food, get a quick snack if you didn't bring your own lunch or you don't feel like ordering in. We're getting our area right here. So we also are putting together kind of like some uniform lighting, a little doorway. We got like a dishwasher in that corner. And we're making this just a nice quiet area or a nice area for the staff or contractors or people to come over and have their lunch and, eat their dinner from time to time. So that's where we're doing right here in this corner on this floor. We also have a staircase from our main lunchroom right to our outside eating area in the patio. So for those summer days, people can just go from straight from where the lunchroom is right to eating outside. They don't have to, walk far with their lunch or walk far with their food. They just walk right out the door and down the steps, and also vice versa. If the staff do not want to go through the front or the main area where reception is, to go up the front stairs to go into the lunch area, they can take the back stairs that are outside and go straight upstairs from the cubicles area right to the lunchroom. So we have many access points from all offices and all areas that staff work in straight to the lunchroom, so they don't have to do a lot of like walking around or walking through. They don't want to spend half of their break walking to the lunch area. So here we have our executive offices. We have, I would say this is one of the main offices. This one I went with a plain, simple look, very serious, white, silver kind of colors, to decorate this person's office. I figured this person would probably be, of course, one of the C-suite or leadership in the organization. As soon as they get to the top of the stairs, they're able to see everyone. They have a view of the whole organization. They have the good view of outside corner office. That's what we have going out here. So we're doing our corner office first. I just wanted to keep this one plain and simple. And I wanted to, as I went through, got a little more personality or eccentricities as we go from office to office. So of course, the person in the corner office has the corner office accolades. So we're putting up all the accolades and, pieces of the office that that represent that person, kind of personalizing their offices. So kind of the idea here why the carpet is always the same and kind of the seating is pretty much similar in each office room is because I figured in a regular office, people will be able to customize inside their office, but only to a point. So of course they'll be able to bring stuff like lamps and plants and things like that in, but they won't be able to change the carpet. As they go from office to office, but they'll definitely be able to do things like, throw a rug in there and add additional items like that. So of course, this person, we're doing their office, the next office here, which we're adding a little more changes. They don't have the corner office, but we decided to go through some other colors. At first, I was gonna have everyone have the same desk, but I was like, no, you can change your desk. They're the executive team. They can have a different desk in each office. So I decided to switch it up and give everyone individual desks that kind of reflect their personality. Not everyone likes glass, but these two people like glass. I do know for sure sometimes people want different chairs and different, they have different comfort levels. So I was like, we could go for a different chair. Instead of the two separate chairs, you do a couch because this office is a lot smaller. So the staff would have a smaller couch area. And I wanted to change the color scheme up a little bit so that although it started out the same, once the person came in and customized it, as you can see, their office has a different personality and a different feel than the other one. Here we have our last main executive office on the top floor, and this person has a whole different personality. I would say this person's worked here the longest, so they had plenty of time to customize their office and what they like to do. And this person is very into going green and the environment. And you can see the decisions they've made in the office with all of our wonderful green architecture, like in the lunchroom. So even from their office, you could see more of the fountain and the green lunchroom work, and they're the ones responsible for having plants all over the office and those type of ideas. So this person has a lot of greenery in their office because they like to feel like they're in nature. Even though they're in the office, they just like to have that nature feel. So that's this person's office. We made sure it was very green and pretty. It is definitely going to be the opposite to the room they're next to, but it's still their office, so it's a reflection of what they like, you know. So even their chairs is partly made out of a lot of greenery. And we're gonna finish off all their plants and their zen forest with a beautiful green flowered rug to bring it all together. So this person's office is very relaxed. As I said, they've probably been here the longest. They were able to be more settled in. We're going to use a little more warmer tones with their space. And they have their beautiful green office that reflects their personality. Now, next to them, we have the three offices, but next to them, we have our server room. This is where all the important things are stored, the computers, our servers, all of our heavy equipment and tech stuff. That's what we keep in this room under under our lock and bolt, and our vault under lock and key. So we have next to our executive rooms, we have our vault on the top floor where we keep all of our private high-tech information. And of course, as you can see here, we have our servers that we're going to be, you know, lining up for our organization because I mean, well, I was going to say, what is the office without a server room? But you know, of course, you know, again, a lot of people are working remotely, they're working from home. So actual server rooms are quite a thing of the past at a lot of offices. A lot of people are using cloud space, you know, where I've switched over our organization to cloud space. So a lot of people are currently using cloud space. But even with cloud space, somewhere there's a server. So here's our server room for this office. They are clearly not using the cloud. They have their actual servers in the vault room next to the vault, where everything is kept private and and kept under lock and key. They have a TV screen for security. We have our cameras. Again, we have our vault where we're keeping everything. This is our most secure room. It's all the way in. You know, it's not easy to get into. I saw another movie the other day and the vault was like in the basement and they flooded it and all types of stuff was going on. But this this vault is on the top floor next to the executive office. Only certain people are allowed to go on this floor. And this is our top executive floor. There's also a bathroom up there. It looks pretty much like all the other bathrooms, so I didn't go over me putting the stuff in because it has the exact same layout of the bathrooms that are on the floor with the conference room. I wouldn't say on the main floor, but the conference room floor. So these are our top two floors with our open triple height ceilings. Again, this floor too has double high ceilings in the front. So, you know, every floor has double height ceilings. I just figure it feels like it gives this grand look and this grand appeal when you walk into the office and the ceilings are like all the way up. So this is our main work area. So this is the other side of that steel door on the first floor. Well, of course, we're in a building, so we're not on the first floor, but the first floor of this office. So this office building is, I would say, has purchased the top three floors of this building. So our first floor of the office, this is the cubicles. So we're working on putting together the cubicles here in this section, and we have quite a few of them to put together. So we're putting together our cubicles and we're putting together our, what else is on this floor? Oh, and our bathrooms for this floor as well. this floor, we made sure that everyone had their bathrooms and we have our dividers for the cubicles. Of course, as I said, those are the stairs that are outside and make it easier so that people can easily go up to the lunchroom upstairs so they don't have to walk through the whole center. And also the stairs that go around the back. Well, the extra door that goes around the back so you can go straight outside in case you're not taking a lunch break. You want just a nice a change of scenery break. So here we're doing some painting. We're getting the cubicles that right shade of gray that so often they are. I also wanted them to be in that like fuzzy material. This is the best I could do with getting the look of the fuzzy material that cubicles usually come in. So we're getting these cubicles painted and put together. I tried to switch up a few of the items in each cubicle when we started putting together based on how I thought people might feel. So, some of them, they have staff members that, you know, maybe the person keeps $1 million in their desk in their briefcase. Maybe you have a person that likes, has different likes and wants. So I tried to give a little bit of deviation in what's inside the cubicles, but I put the standard computer in each one because usually the computer stays the same because the office is distributing the computer. But then some of the one-offs are going to be different. So, somebody might have an extra tablet. Of course, somebody might have their phone out. We have our chairs, which are pretty much standard. So this is the generic cubicle area. I'm probably trying to put some type of greenery here as well. Eventually, so I started out with this yellow, but eventually I switched to a more neutral color. I felt like the yellow was too bright and it looked like, I wouldn't say it's not perfect. It's just, it was too bright for this area. So we are here getting the main office space together, and back there would be the bathrooms for both sections. I mean, for this larger office space. So in total, there are 6 bathrooms, I believe. So we have 6 bathrooms on this floor, 2 on the second floor, and then 1 on the third floor. So that's enough bathrooms, hopefully, but that should be enough bathrooms to cover all the staff that work here. And of course, nowadays staff, not all offices, even the ones that are in office, it's not every single day in office, a lot of places. So since that's the case, I didn't go to make sure that there's so much where every single person is there every single day. So the place will probably not be at full capacity every day. And that's kind of how I kind of did the layout or how much space or how much seating that I was looking to put into each office. So we have our bathrooms, we have our outsides that we did, and we have our lunch area and relax area. This is what I decided that it would be important. Well, not important, but I thought it would be cool to do in office because I was like, we don't know. This also might be a thing of the past. So I was like, we should memorialize what they look like, what they used to be, since newer or people, I said to myself, oh, my kids grow up, they may not know what it is. They might come into a lot of times now people have like shared offices and stuff because a lot of companies are like, since they are doing this hybrid remote or somewhat remote, since a lot of companies learn to do the remote thing, that it's not something that they would remember or know what it was like when we used to have to go every single day and what it looked like and the different things that used to be in the office. But this is just a cool small office. I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Um, I also have some other builds coming up. I think my next build, I actually started my next build, but I was like, "Ah, office is so much more fun." So I stopped it and made the office. I have to get back to it. But it's I know it's gonna be. Probably, I know the scenery is really nice because you know I like nice scenery where I'm building. So it's in a nice scenic area. It's probably be another home since I haven't built a house in quite some time. It'll definitely be a nice, beautiful home. If you'd like to download this, I'm on the gallery at with my name is AngelineSims on the gallery. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.